Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday. I'm here drinking my coffee, and we're doing our Monday video on Sunday. Why? Because things are happening tomorrow morning. I don't get the chance to create a video for you guys, and I've made a commitment to get you guys a video every week, a nice solid long form video for the next for the 12 weeks. So that will go up to the end of March, around there. So this one today, we're talking about your feet and shoes. Now, before I get into this, I'm a chiropractor, I'm not a podiatrist. Every foot has slightly different issues that come along with it as well. So if you do have some foot issues, maybe see a podiatrist first before implementing some of these strategies. Now, for the majority of us, this will be really, really good for you to kind of use and figure out if the shoes are working best for your body, because we'll go through the protocol today. We'll also talk about why modern day shoes aren't really working for our body, and how we can kind of remedy that and the benefits of that as well. So, big thing with our feet. I'm not going to show you my feet, they're down here. So you imagine your feet are my hands. What we need with our feet are a few things. We need good movement of our big toe, so to help propel us forward. This is very important for locomotion, movement, walking, running through there. We need those arches to be very supportive, and you have a few arches in your feet as well. With that, we also need good springiness with those arches, the muscles to be nice and firm. Now, most people you'll find have flat feet. You've been told you have flat feet. If you're Scandinavian, congratulations, you do not have flat feet. Most likely you probably have extra curvy feet through there. But the majority of the reasons I find here in practice anyway with people that come in is that our feet are getting lazy. We're using modern day shoes that help support the feet, and they're making them lazy through there. So what you find is that people are wearing shoes. I'm going to show you these little dress shoes that I own. These aren't very good, okay? You find that they kind of pinch in the top of your foot, get everything kind of cramped in there, and your foot gets lazy, okay? So imagine if you are working an office job or a corporate job, and you're actually wearing these shoes the majority of the day, and you don't have a chance to take them off. It's going to cause a lot of cramping into there, getting your foot to kind of cramp in. Then what happens with that is because your muscles and ligaments don't really need to support it, it gets lazy. It's like, a good example would be like if you're bedridden for a few days and you get up and everything's just really sore and you can't really move around. That's why these shoes aren't very good. It helps make the foot lazy, okay? Now, some people do. Some people need orthotics. Some people need those bit more support to help with the foot. I'm not saying that they're a bad thing. I'm just saying for the majority of us, it's probably not a good idea to do that. Now, next thing is that heel lift, okay? This is gonna change the whole structure of our body. Now, right now I'm barefoot, okay? And my body, working pretty good through there. I'm probably due for another checkup, but what we find, if you are wearing heels or if it pops you up, your pelvis tilts, increases your low back tension, increases the forward head carriage through there, and that is not good for the whole structure and function of the body through there. So we need to do things that kind of help encourage us not to be in that position. So obviously if you have to wear shoes that are like that, just because you can't find shoes that work for you or you can't afford other types of shoes, good thing is make sure you're seeing somebody to help address your spine and your nerve system through there. Now, what I do suggest, now these are my running shoes, okay? So more of a minimalistic type shoe. So types of shoes, you don't have to go for the New Butte types of shoes. You can just find a shoe that's quite flat through there. So that will kind of keep the foot level with the ground. It won't cause things to kind of shift out of place. When you have that, you also need a shoe that's a bit more flexy. Now, the reason why it's flexy, and basically it's just a rubber sole underneath there, it's so you can feel everything on the ground, okay? So we live in a world, there's lots of concrete, lots of repetitive shoes, and those nerve endings in our feet aren't actually feeling anything on the ground. And proprioception is a big component of the brain. The brain needs the proprioception to figure out what is happening in its environment. The spine itself is a great proprioceptive organ through there as well. So you have probably around, I think it's between 40 and 60% of the proprioception in your body comes from your spine. But imagine, you're walking every day, your feet are touching the ground. If you're not feeling the ground, your brain's not gonna actually perceive what's happening. It could actually send wrong signals out to your body as well. Not too dissimilar to what happens when there's subluxations in your spine and things are kind of out of whack through there. Now, if you don't have flat shoes, if you don't have, and you can't get anything else, I recommend most people getting out on different surfaces, walking with their feet. So on grass, on rocks, on pebbles, it's gonna hurt probably for a little bit. Different surfaces, like leaning surface, sand, just to combat the solidness of the ground. Like this is a concrete ground right now. This is not great, especially if you're gonna be working on it all day around. So you need to get out there on the grass, feel the ground, feel the sand, feel the water, feel the rocks through there. Now also, I don't recommend people jumping from a shoe like this to a shoe like this 100% of the time, initially. Mainly because if your foot has gone lazy, then you're basically taking your foot through a workout. And what happens if you've gone to the gym after a long time and you do a big workout, you probably push it more than you should, you're probably destroyed for the next couple of days and your feet are gonna get sore. I've seen this many, many times. Many friends of mine are just like, they're just done. They're absolutely done. So, what we need you to do, first of all, you don't need to buy new shoes. Let's do a protocol so we can figure out what works best for your body. Now this is part of our standing protocol. So it's figuring out what shoe works best for your body. So I'm just gonna pause this. We're gonna skip into a new location so you can see the test that we do with that, okay? And we're back. So now we're gonna show you the standing protocol that you can do with your shoes. Now, I'm not gonna put my shoes on and off because that'll take too long in the video. So I'm gonna show you the first step and then you can pretend that I have shoes on in the next step through there as well. So, what we need to do, if you've been in here before, if you've seen any of our stuff, the breath test is a big part of what we do, to seeing how the structure of the body is. So we need to figure out, first of all, where your body structure is at. Okay, so let's do this with me. Stand back. If you get your camera out, take a video of yourself, or get a family member to take a photo. So what you want to do, stand so you can be more lateral, so you can see through this like this. And I want you to take a big breath in, breathe out, relaxing at your body slump. Okay, so something like this. Now, ideally, you're not shifting. Your low back's not swaying forward, your head's not shifting forward, your shoulders aren't rolling forward. Do that a few times because you'll find the first few times you'll probably be too restrictive through that. Now, do that barefoot, okay? Do that first, barefoot. Now, I want you to put on the shoes that you're testing, and we'll do the exact same thing. So, imagine I put my shoes on, same thing. Now I'm gonna tweak my body a little bit so you can get an idea of what it's like. So, if you have a bit of a heel lift, so I'm gonna stand my tippy toes, ready? So big breath in, and out, relax your body slump. You'll find that your body will kind of switch into that position. So if your body is doing that, I want you to try to alter your shoe the best you can to reduce that, or find a new shoe, or a flatter shoe. Ideally, we don't want too much of a difference between the two types of breath test postures. So I want you to figure that out, and that'll be really good. If you have any questions as well, please take a video of you, send it to me, send it to Caroline, send it through our Rise account, send it to our email, wherever you can find us, send it to us, and we will help you guys out. That's a little free service we'll do for you guys as well. So send us your breath test. We'll let you know how your shoes are and how they're working for your body. And this is part of our standing protocol, so if you want to see the webinar of that as well, I'll post a link in the descriptions above and below. So that's standing. That's this week's video. We'll see you all next week. Be adaptable. Have a great Sunday. See you guys later.